Hey guys, welcome back. In this section we're going to be finally implementing our design or our layout, which is this here. This is just the HTML CSS, just kind of a shell, and we're gonna create a layout, and in that layout we're gonna have something called a partial. We're gonna render partials, and partials are just gonna be pieces of this. For instance, this logo in the menu, this whole header area here will have its own partial file, and this sidebar, this will also have its own layout partial. The only content that is going to really generate dynamic content will be this area, as well as the categories and the blog roll over here. But this is the main area. So like on our about page, everything will be the same except for this area, and same with all the other pages. Home page will look like this. It'll have a blog roll, and the blog link will actually have pretty much the same thing, maybe plus or minus a few things. But so let's get started. Let's get this theme integrated, a template theme, whatever you want to call it, layout. So let's go into our apps folder, which is sites, my Ruby blog, app, and if we go to the views folder, this here is the index. This is the home index view. So if we open up home and then index, this here is from here down. Remember, the navigation we put in the layout file, so this is on every page. If we go to the about page, it's there, it's on every single page. So I also want to go to views and then layouts, and we're just going to use this default application layout file. As I showed you in the last section, we can create separate ones. We could create one for our post resource, one for our category resource, but we're just going to stick to this one for now. So if we look at this, we need to keep these things in the head, these style sheet and JavaScript references. So what I'm going to do is actually open this HTML file, and that should be let me see, that should be in the project files. Yeah, we're in chapter 6, and I believe section 2 should have the HTML. Oh, maybe it's section 1. Yeah, so this is our template. Okay, so I'm going to open this index file with Notepad++, and this is what we want to put in this file, in our application file. But we need to keep the layout's head, and remember, we need to keep the yield and these flash messages. So I'm gonna just copy from the body. I'm gonna copy the entire content of the body, and go to the application.html.erb, and I'm gonna leave this here, all this stuff here, but I'm going to paste it in under everything, so we know, so we can take pieces out from the original. So let's see. Let's take this yield, which is the view, the entire view. In this case, it would be from here down. I want to take that, and I want to place it in place of all these static posts, and it looks like we're going to put it right in this content div, and we should, the way this HTML template is styled, it has a post div, for each individual post. So if we go to the index, not that index, the index view, let's wrap that up in a post tag, a div ID. Was it ID or class? Div class post. And that's the entire. Actually, you know what? That should not go there. It should go in the loop because it's for every single post. So right here in this each loop, you want to put that, and then end it. We can get rid of the HR and just end that div, not dov, div. Okay, let's see what else it has. So it looks like the headings are H2s with a class of title. So let's grab that, and we have H3s, so we're going to replace that with the H2. What else we got? Div class entry. Alright, so it looks like the entry, the actual body, will be in this div, this entry div. So if I copy that, and this is where our body is, so let's replace the p tags with this div. Alright, so if we go here, and then we have this byline which has the author and then the read more link. We don't have our post not set up right now to have authors, to display the authors. We do have the field in the database, but there's nothing in it. So for now, I'm just going to copy this whole line, even the static content, because we will replace that with dynamic content in a bit, and that should go under the div, under the entry div. Okay, so let's see. Alright, so we have all the posts. We can get rid of all these post divs because this yield is actually replacing all of them. Alright, let's just put a comment here. Here. And this is the main div, the main view, sorry. Alright, so let's save that, and let's save this, and cross our fingers. Alright, so obviously we don't have the CSS yet, so we're going to do that now. You'll see we have two menus here. One is static, so we want to get rid of that static menu, which is right here, and we want to grab this UL class. Yeah, this is the menu we created. We also are going to move those flash messages too. So for the menu, we're just going to replace this menu. This is what came with the template. So, and it has, you'll notice it has an ID of menu, so that I'm going to actually paste in our menu and add an ID of menu, just so it gets those styles it needs. Alright, and then I want to grab these messages. This is where the flash messages are going to show. You know, just something, just the messages like your post has been updated, stuff like that. So we're going to cut that out, and we want that right above the yield. We want that right here. In fact, we can actually put that in a div. We'll just say flash message, and we'll close that out. Alright, so let's save that and reload. Okay, so, and I don't think we want this My Ruby blog, do we? No. So let's get rid of that. And that is div ID header. Oh, that's in the view. So we want to go back to the home view and just get rid of that. The header and the little paragraph there. So save that and reload. Okay, so it's looking good. Now we just got to add our style sheets, and we can do that by going to, if we go in our app folder and we have this assets folder and then style sheets, and you can see for every resource we create, it creates a CSS file for us, but we don't need that. We just want to use the main file, so that's application.css. And let me open that with Notepad. So there's nothing here, so we're just going to add to it, and we're going to grab the CSS from the HTML template, and we're just going to copy all of it and paste it right in here in application.css. So let's save that, and let's go back and reload. Whew. Okay, so something's going on here. Let's take a look at it with Firebug, or not Firebug, but the Chrome tool. Alright, application CSS, scaffold CSS. We don't want that. Let's actually see which CSS style sheets are being read. So if we do a Control U, we can look at the source code, and here's the one we're using, application.css, but you can also see all these other style sheets are being loaded. We want the active admin. We don't need these categories, home, pages, posts, scaffold. We don't need those, so let's get rid of those. I'm actually going to just get rid of all these. I'm going to keep the active admin and application and get rid of these. And if we reload, get rid of this, you can see we have an issue with this header here, this heading, but everything else looks good. Let's just see what's going on with this header. Let's see. You can see over here, it looks like the only style sheets being read is application CSS, which is what we want. Let's go back and look at the HTML version, and looks like the font. Let me see what's being loaded here. Active admin. I don't think active admin is the problem, but we can try. Let's I'm actually gonna just remove this for a second. Put it here. Let's reload this. Alright, so that wasn't the issue. Put that back. So H1, H1, 1 second, guys. Alright, so let's open the HTML version. And alright, so we're including the font here from Google APIs. It's using the Able font, so that's why it's not looking right. So let's copy that and let's put that into our layout in the head section. That should be before, yeah, right before the style sheet. Alright, so let's save that. Let's try again. Alright, so now it looks right. So as you can see, this area right here is actually our dynamic content. They're all the posts we've created. I mean, we have still some work to do. We have to fix the author, the read more, and comments. As I said before, I'm not sure if we're going to actually get to comments, but we'll see. So everything looks good. This is still static content. And here's our about page. We need to actually add a div in there. So let's go to, where are we? Get too many things open at once. It's confusing. Let's go to app and views, pages, and let's go to our about view. And I think if we just add a div here, div class equals post, and close that up, save, and if we reload, alright, so now that's better. Let's do the same thing for contact. Just gotta add that that division tag. I know it says post and it's not a post, but it's giving us what we need, and that's just a background, a light background color. Alright. So it looks good. Blog, we're going to fix that up obviously. Okay, let's see, what else do we want to do? I'm actually going to stop it here and make another part to this section so we can get our partials and grab the categories and all that stuff. So I'll see you in the next part.